moment for this golden hour light. It's actually been really nice all day today. Oh, blind. Oh, can you see me? So, it's now like 7 o'clock. I've spent most of the day feeling fatigued and a bit grumpy and not feeling it, despite having a lovely morning mindfulness start. But I've suddenly taken a second wind and now I want to do all the things, whatever, including mashing some potatoes for my tea. But I'm going to do that while they're still warm and we'll catch up in a wee while. I'm so happy right now. I don't care what anyone says. Mushy peas are the one. The more processed and luminous green, the better.
$2, which will make me half owner, and we'll put it on my balcony.
I'm also back onto Big Bang because
$200 for my share.
my new obsession is actually Made in Chelsea. It is so bad that it's good. And I'm trying to, there's a new series that's started which I'm trying to catch up on, but there's something ridiculous like 29 series or something, so I want to go back through and watch like the earlier ones, just because I watch it and I'm like, this is so staged and so terrible and why am I so drawn in, but I sit there like, the drama. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. So it is Wednesday and I am currently on my way for a breakthrough session with Amy Simpson. So I'm pretty sure I've told you, but I've been involved in this. It's like a 4-week immersive, what would you call it, group. It's called Be the Channel and it's about like coming home to yourself and thank you person. Letting me go. Everyone's letting me go today, it's nice. Yeah, like developing like self-trust, and so we do like weekly like meditations and calls and journaling prompts and whatnot, and we also get one, it's an hour and a half, a breakthrough session as she calls it. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest, but I am both excited and intrigued and also anxious about it. So we'll see what comes of it. I thought it was quite interesting because some of the journal prompts that she put in the group chat this morning were actually about questions about the unknown and whether you consider it an opportunity or something scary. And when I was actually reflecting on it, I have a bit of a not conflicting relationship with the unknown, but I find it both exciting and terrifying. And then prior to that, what was I doing? Was I doing a meditation or was I listening to... Oh, I was listening to a random... So the way the YouTube algorithm for me has worked, that I now get recommended, it's like a lot of like self-help and Abraham Hicks and that kind of thing, but I also randomly get recommended in the kind of For You page every now and then these videos to do with like morning prayer. And I think I've said to you before that I'm not religious per se, but I'm very open to learning from different religions, different things. And I know when people talk about God, they can either mean like a man in the sky, or to me, like God is like universe and source and whatever else. So as I say, I'm open to learning about different things, listening to different things. So I happened to just click on this like morning prayer, and it was talking about fear. And then at the end of it, it said, or was it that, or was it the David Beer video I was watching? Anyway, regardless of what one it was, at the end of the video they said, write down a list of your fears. And I was like, that's so bizarre, because I have got to the grand old age of 37, and for all that I think about and ruminate, is that a word? You know what I mean? Fears and worries and anxieties, I've never actually properly written them down and looked at them on the page. So when I did that, it was quite eye-opening, and then I realised that a lot of my fears are actually things I want, if that that makes sense. So to give you an example, because I'm not afraid of being open and whatever, one of my fears is that I won't have children, or I won't have the opportunity to be a mother. So you can see what I mean by that. It's something I want, but I'm scared about it. And I ended up with quite the list actually. It was like a page and a half of these fears. So where was I going with this? I can't remember. So I don't know if we'll be talking about that kind of thing. And Amy's email, like reminder email that said about the session, she just literally said like, come as you are, don't go in with any sort of expectations, or like don't think that it should go a certain way. So I'll be really interested to see how it goes and to report back afterwards. But other than that, I kind of feel like I'm in this weird loose end mode. So this morning I went to, it was nice actually, I got through quite a few bits and bobs, but I went to Spacegoods and I was doing like admin bits, like setting up like discount codes for upcoming promotions we've got for White Rabbit happening. If you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I wear various different hats when it comes to work and whatever, but my main job is the founder of Whiterabbitskincareuk, which is my natural skincare brand. And yeah, so I was like setting up things like that. I was kind of doing some analytics review into our customer base, and interestingly, although we're a Scottish brand, 59% of the customer base, or rather the number of orders that we've had in the last year or so, have came from England. 30% were Scotland, then it was like 5% Wales, I want to say about 2% Northern Ireland, and then the rest was like everywhere else, including nearly 2% in America, which I thought was quite good. So yeah, I was just doing bits and bobs. But I am, yeah, as I say, I'm feeling that kind of like, I don't know what to do with myself, because basically, long story short, I'm waiting for the investment to come in. And I keep checking my emails like every 5 minutes, and I keep trying to remind myself of that, the example that I heard once of when you place an Amazon order, you place your order and you know that it's coming, and you don't like go out your front door every 5 minutes to see if your Amazon order's turned up. You just know that it'll arrive at some point the next day. Whereas I'm like checking. I should probably have put my sat-nav on actually, because I have a rough idea of where I'm going, but I don't really. Oh, where am I going?
Head north on Munro Avenue, then turn left onto Bonnyton Road.
I'm going the right way.
In 200 yards.
I don't think this sat-nav knows where it's going. Why are you taking me? I don't know what's happening. Hello, I'm back home. I'm currently making some super noodles, because today I met my 13-year-old self and we've decided that that is what she wants right now. I am feeling both exhilarated and exhausted all at once. It was indeed a breakthrough. We didn't do anything, I don't really know what I was expecting, but I don't know. We just sat and chatted for like 2 hours, so I was meant to be there an hour and a half, but I left at 5. And I just connect really well with Amy, and it was so nice because at the end she said, I just get this really mythical, magical feeling off of you, and I was like, oh, that's like the best compliment to receive ever. But I say we didn't do anything, like we did like a very small meditation, because I was talking about how I feel like I struggle to connect with my inner child and a lot of stuff around that. And when I think of my inner child, I always think of a child who is like 4 or 5 years old maybe. Actually, and what I was trying to do is, like, rather than overthink things in the sense of when I'm meditating, if something comes up, like thinking it's like filtering it or thinking that it's stupid or whatever, I just try to say or go with what is shown to me immediately. So we kind of went into like a bit of a meditation, and she asked me like what age was my inner child that was being shown to me, and I said 13, and then we kind of got into that. And then afterwards she went, Do you not realise the significance of 13? Like 13 is connected to the Divine Feminine, 13 is my birthday because I was born on the 13th of April, so on and so forth. So yeah, it was just really, and then we were talking about how we always seem as women in particular, we're always waiting for permission to do or be things, so we can come up with a new hashtag, which is hashtag witness me own it, and I just love that. So I was umming and ahhing about what to do this evening, because normally Wednesday would be one of my training days, but I just felt really exhausted and I thought, you know what, I don't want to train, so why don't I take a little bath. Baths, you never know like what the temperature gauge is going to be. Put a ton of magnesium salts in. Used one of my bath bomb things that Nicola got me, and after I'm out the bath, I'm going to spray this on my feet, and hopefully I'll sleep like a baby tonight. Oh, I'm also going to watch YouTube on, let's see, while I'm in the bath. I've got my little tripod. I'm going to start with, what am I going to start with? A March reading wrap up.
Hello friends, welcome back.
You're currently in a very precarious position in my tea and coffee cupboard. I survived my bath, but as predicted, I'm like a steamed prawn or little tomato, or a bit of both. I'm nice and pink. Why are you not focusing on me? Look at me, look at me. There I am. You're still not looking at me. It's 9:45. I managed about 40 minutes, which for me was quite good going. This is my valerian tincture. It's not going to focus because there's not enough light. Just believe me, this is my valerian tincture, okay? I am about to, I'm all magnesiumed out. Magnesium in the bath, magnesium spray on my feet. I'm about to have my magnesium evening blend. I've also actually, I was sent by that same company something which I've never heard of, but a hydration, so it's like an electrolyte and mushroom super blend. It's called Hydro Dust, and I'm basically trialling it out at the minute. I can't say I've had any life-changing changes, but they sent me it, so I'm trying it. If I notice any difference, I'll report back. But yeah, I ended up, the bath wasn't quite the sedate, relaxing experience I was going with, because I was literally dripping in sweat, and I ended up sitting up in the bath for most of it. And I'm just very thankful that I had my YouTube to watch, otherwise I would have, I mean, I was clock watching as it was, because I was like, come on now, you can't stay in for like 10 minutes. But that was quite enough. I'm hoping that I'll feel like post effects, as in a good night's sleep and whatever, but right now I just feel like hot and bothered and like I need a cold shower, to be honest. I find that with baths, it's kind of counterproductive, because you go for a bath and then you sweat so much so you feel like you need a shower. Or is that just me? Good morning. Happy Friday and happy 11th birthday to Whiterabbitskincareuk. I have an 11-year-old child. I can't believe that we've got to 11 years old, but also at the same time I'm like, right Melanie, this is the point now where you can allow yourself to be proud of yourself and be like, you're still here, you're still doing it. The amount of businesses who don't get past the first year, never mind 11 years, is quite staggering. I always find it quite amazing, because there's, in Scotland, there's this, what would you call it? Not, well, it is kind of a competition, but it's like for like business funding and whatever. And they are very now well, not so much when I first applied, but now they are very like tech focused and very like new startup focused, and they're pumping like literally hundreds of thousands of pounds into these businesses, and then they don't go anywhere. And that's always been a great source of annoyance for me, because I think so for example, I can't apply for Scottish Edge anymore because my business is too old. And it's a bit like some of the resources and things that you can, or help that you can get from like local like councils or like Business Gateway, Scottish Enterprise, whatever. They look at the most impractical stats. Now to me, I still, even though my business is on paper 11 years old, I still consider it a startup, because there's so much potential, there's so much growth potential, there's so many things that we can still do and still go and whatever. And as I say, I'm not anymore, just because the business is a certain number on paper, I'm not eligible for certain help, which is crazy to me, if you ask me. But in other news, I am weirdly deaf in my right ear today, because I noticed it yesterday. Like, I felt like my ear needed to pop, and I didn't realise the extent in which my ear was actually blocked until I didn't hear Mum coming in this morning. And then when I was in a espresso cart, like Janet, one of the women that works there, was talking to me, and I just didn't hear her either. And then I'm also cautious that because I can't hear myself properly, I'm either talking too quietly or I'm shouting. I feel like I'm shouting right now. But I'm on my way to Irvine. Well, I'm in Irvine now, I'm nearly there. I'm going to get my toes done and catch up with Hayley. Then I have got Caroline PT at 12, Kim after that, whenever Kim decides to come in. Then I'm going to train. Then I've got Laura at 4:30 and Sam at 5:30. So it should be quite a quick day. Because it's White Rabbit's birthday, we decided to run a 20% off offer. And it's that way, like, I keep having to remind myself, because I'm constantly on the app, like checking and being like, why is there not people on? Why is there not people ordering? And then I keep having to say to myself, Melanie, like, it's like not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet. People will be at work, preoccupied. It's also that, because it's the 25th of April, it's that kind of awkward time when it's nearly payday. So I'm hoping that when it comes to, because I'm running the offer until Wednesday the 30th, I'm hoping that we'll see a kind of uptake in sales then, but we shall see. It's trying to, when I was in my ice bath this morning, I was like saying this mantra of, because I'd heard it in one of my meditation things, and it was like, for every inhale you think relax, and then for every exhale you think release. And it's just, in one of the card pulls I did yesterday as well, it was like surrendering and letting go, which we all know I'm not the best at doing. But if there was any time to learn to do it, it would be now. So, oh, and what do you know, I've got 1 bar of battery left. If I've got a battery in my bag, I might chat to you later. If not, I might chat to you very, very later when I'm home. Also, cross your fingers that I can get a space in this car park. I'm back in the truck office because I need to get what I hope is the last important document sent off for this whole process. And I'm going to have my pre-workout, but it's non-stim and I'm feeling quite exhausted. I really need to get my truck cleaned out. I was watching a Terry Saville Foy video clip last night, and she was talking about like God, like she talks about God, but God, the universe, whatever, doesn't give you things. So you might be manifesting like a fancy car, but see if the current car you've got is a riot, a bit like mine is right now, like it's messy, not cared for, needs a wash, you've got loads of like rubbish in it, then the universe is kind of like, well, why would I give you something better if you're not going to take care of what you've got now? So I'm trying, we're getting rid of trying, I am going to take better care of my truck, and I intend this weekend to clear out a room at a time. But at the same time, I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that I don't have anything planned for this weekend. Amy and I the other day were talking about the fact that just because you have space doesn't mean that you need to fill it with things. So I don't really have any plans this weekend. I've got our next like meditation circle tomorrow morning at 8, like Saturday, and then Sunday Emma's coming to my house to do my lashes, but generally speaking that's it. So we'll see. Update. I couldn't complete that form because I need to print it out. So I need to do that later. But I trained legs and it stole my soul, and now I just feel like I could face plant into this bowl of Rice Krispies, which I don't really want, but we're eating them anyway. I'm just going to have these and wait on Sam coming. And then I can go home and get into my jammies and register. Help. Hello. Properly. I know I've filmed a couple of wee bits. Again, I don't know if I'm shouting or I'm talking quietly because my right ear is still really choked up. Is that the right word to say when it comes to your ears? So it's Saturday, by the way. I had all intentions of not leaving the house at all today, but then I realised that I'm like Mother Hubbard, and I'm currently on my way to Tesco to get, I'm not doing like my full shop, I'm just going to go and get some bits, like the stuff I need for the morning, and even though I don't have an appetite, which is when I know that I'm not feeling well, I fancy like some chocolate and like the ready salted like kettle crisp Tesco version that I like. I just want to have them there. But I'm generally feeling very run down, and I don't know if it's a combination of, well, I think it might be a combination of the fact that I've run out of the majority of my supplements, like my vitamins and whatnot, and just stress recently. I did get that document signed and sent off last night, which is really exciting. Hopefully I can talk about more on Monday, which will be the next vlog for you. But this weekend I'm just trying, no, I need to remove trying and should from my vocabulary. I can't say that word. I am working on regulating my nervous system. So I could find someone just come out of the vet carrying a big bag, and I hope it's food and not anything else. What was I saying there? I had the Be The Channel, the activation, meditation and journaling session this morning, and then I actually sat, like I had my breakfast, and then, I forgot the football's on, it's busy, sorry, ADHD-ness. I sat and journaled for quite a wee while, and then I discovered that you can get Frasier on 4 on demand, so I started watching it from the beginning. And as I say, I wasn't intending on coming out today, because I just really want to sit on the sofa and show my body that it's okay to chill, because I could find before I come out here, I found myself like doing that thing of, like, I cleared out a bag of clothes to drop off at the charity thing, and I could feel myself starting to like do stuff just because that's what I'm used to, and that's what my nervous system and my body is used to, is never sitting at peace for 5 minutes. But when I get home from Tesco, I am going to sit and do as little as possible. And I know another way that I know that I'm not well is, as well as losing my appetite, I don't feel like my coffee at all. I've had a couple of cups of tea, which has been fine. When I go off tea, you know, it's really, really, really bad. But I'm not like craving my coffee today. I feel the need to go and get one. Like, even sometimes I do it out of habit, I think. But today I'm just like, no. So that's when you know I'm not right. I actually think it's quite sad that I've got to this stage that my body doesn't feel safe and it's in constant like fight or flight mode. I mean, I know it's not just me, but you know what I mean, like that we're all living like that. And actually that podcast that I was listening to there, she was talking about like nervous system regulation, and she was talking about like signs of a dysregulated nervous system and like what she does to, because she made a good point. She was like, I'm going to suggest a list of things, but I don't mean that you need to do them, because I was actually talking to Amy about this. It's like, it's very easy to have a list of tasks that you feel that you need to do or you should do, and it actually ends up adding more stress onto you. So for example, like me in the morning, I've got like in my reminders app, yes, it's good to get a little dopamine hit to tick things off, but I've got like, do my meditation, do my EFT tapping, do my rebounding, blah 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 blah. And it can feel really, really easy to be overwhelmed by thinking that you should be doing stuff. Oh my god, the car park's jammed. Are you ready to see my cup and saucer? Da 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 da! I'm calling it abstract universe style. It looks like a 5-year-old's done it, but I love it. There we go. So I'm going to use this to when I have my Valerian tea at night. Oh, excuse me. We've been napping. I feel slightly better. I'm still a bit deaf, but... And then I had... Look at the cat hair on you. Look at my wee pink cheeks. I still don't have an appetite really, and I've got really, really bad heartburn, but I thought to get some vitamins in me, I wanted some comfort food, so I made mashed potato, carrots, mushy peas, sweet corn, and some vegan chicken pieces, which I dunked in my favourite hummus. So God knows how much fat I've had today, but I'm not kidding, because health is wealth. I'm now gonna, I made a bedtime tea, one of these ones. Let me take you into my tea cupboard. This is quite something. This is basically, these are all bedtime stuff, so these are like valerian tea bags. This is my valerian tincture that I take. Astro dust, 2 packets of. Oh, really this should be on the top shelf, but there's no space. It's this one. So I like to have this in the evenings, and then I'll have my magnesium hot chocolate, and then I usually have my valerian tea bags. That was the tea cupboard tour that no one asked for. Hello, happy Sunday. Not to be dramatic, but it is so muggy today. I came out with my jacket on because it looks like it's about to pour, and I don't want my blow dry to get ruined. First world problems. I'm also extra deaf today, so I apologise if I'm quiet or if I'm shouting. But it's now about, I want to say about 1 o'clock or something. I had a parcel to drop off at for Vinted, and then I decided that I'm going to go to Espresso Cart, and hopefully there'll be room for me to sit in to do my journaling. I also had Emma was round doing my lashes earlier on, so I look a bit more human again, which is always good. But I slept for 9.5 hours last night, which is a new record for me of late. I mean, I had a couple of nightmares which wasn't so pleasant, but I'm hoping that it's helped kind of heal me a little bit, despite still not being able to hear. But I'm not feeling like yesterday. I felt that kind of like just really run down, fatigued way. I don't feel that today. I just feel deaf. Hello angels. It is sometime later from when I last spoke to you. I did manage to get a seat at Espresso Cart despite it being busy, and I was there for a good 2.5 hours, journaling and going through stuff to do with like my money mindset and things. And then I came back and it's just been a really, really chilled day. I've been lying on the sofa. I have done a little bit of work, but it's now 8:30 and that is me completely done for the evening. So I'm just making my final meal of the day, and then I'm probably going to get into bed, to be honest. So So I will close this one off now. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you've got this far. I really, really appreciate your support and your comments and your likes and stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!